Where do you want to go next? If you'd like to see Liyue's tourist spots, I have a few references. Osmanthus wine.
Is there anything? My store is offering the latest.
Boats are made for transferring commodities back and forth, and those that come across Liyue tend to stay a while. So it is where many things come to settle.
Stabilize!
Let's light it up! Shine down!
This may hurt a little.
Off we go!
Hey!
Adventure time!
Committed to memory. This may hurt a little.
We may leave at any time.
Time to broaden the her. Hey!
Huh? There is no escape!
Where do you want to go next? If you'd like to see Liyue's tourist spots, I have a few references.
Ad Astra. Thank you for completing today's command.
Still no dice?
Not at all. And I've asked pretty much everyone in the court of Fontaine already. Lynette's ears drooped as soon as she heard that we'd have to be out and about for days on end. And Fremine, he hid himself under his helmet as soon as he realized there'd be people around that he didn't know.
What about Chiori and Charlotte? I feel like both of them would be more than up to it.
I've asked them already, but they're both pretty busy right now. I just gave the members of the Spina a few days off, too, so I don't want to bother them either.
This is getting pretty difficult.
Navia, Cloran, what's up?
Oh my. Well, if it isn't my dear partners. How are you all doing?
Huh. Navia?
Huh? Oh, you mean...
Yep, this is our chance.
Do you need our help with something?
Oh, precise.
Whoa, for...
Absolutely.
Traveler, would you join...
Mara, she'll say...
It's a new game script.
Ever heard of the table?
That sounds super...
Clorand and I... And when they asked...
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Anyway, this...
So...
I'm under the...
That's not a problem.
Well, Traveler, what do you think?
Well, that solves our problem.
Woohoo! I'll go...
The script manager? Didn't you just say that you gave Cloran the script?
The club introduced a completely new kind of gameplay. In this iteration, the Game Master's version of the script is incomplete. The script manager provides... On top of that, in order to increase player immersion, the club has created some of the story's sets and scenes in real life. We'll only know where we should go once the script manager reveals the starting location.
Wow, you're right. Whoever wrote this script really did put in a lot of work.
And it's got a real healthy amount of suspense, right? I mean, even the GM doesn't know how the story will end.
I look forward to experiencing it with you all.
Why don't you go meet up with the others first? They should all be waiting at Chioria Boutique.
Sounds good. I just... Oh, sorry to keep you...
You're back! Huh? And...
What a pleasant surprise.
Linny, Farina! Paimon didn't know you were playing...
Still, I'm sure it'll be fun.
Well, I'm not.
If you're interested.
I think I'll...
Do you participate?
You could say that. She's a...
Right.
Wow. Paimon's so...
Sure, I maintain a clear bound, but in my...
Well, you say that, but for all the time...
I was...
Is that so? Well...
So you...
I'm back! Here, allow me to
Pleasure to meet you.
Hello?
Oh, no.
That sounds like a lot.
It's nothing. It's the least we... Anyway, allow... This script was adapted... Oh, no problem at all. Their story can be traced back to... But I'll leave the finer...
Mm-hmm. And...
In that case...
Whoa. Just one sentence.
Aha. I see many a determined gaze before me.
So, as we follow the story, it leads us to specific...
It's the... Please check all your belongings, everyone.
Sounds good.
They really have thought of everything. Even the Fatometer is here and ready to go for us.
The Vatometer. What's that?
It's a card that's used to determine action success or failure. We'll need to use it when we try to use certain skills.
And what about all the dessert and tea? Is that for us as well?
That's what the message said.
Really? That's so nice. It feels just like a...
Those snacks have Paimon's name written all over them.
I think you might be more of a snack hunter than a Marashose hunter, Paimon.
Snack Hunter Paimon reported for duty. If there are delicious snacks to be found, Paimon will track down every last one.
The desserts are great. But I'm still looking forward to the story more than anything.
Very fair. Then, let us begin. First, please pick up the blank character cards in front. You can find in this story, everyone is a...
Ooh, nice.
As hunters.
Swordsmanship.
So, for the name, do I...
Yep. It can be...
You can use your real name too if you want.
Oh, so it would be like
In that case...
Next up is the...
Oh, those skills sound like they'd be useful for gathering...
So...
Not necessarily. For example, I think I'll take stealth and sleight of hand.
Oh, interesting. Let me see. I'll take...
Well, that leaves us. Ha ha! Gotta say. Ooh, so what do you think? Are you sure you want...
Let's see.
You've all picked...
Why do I get the feeling
For example...
Oh, I saw...
The script's world-building rules, huh?
Oh, that's not for us.
All right, you've convinced...
Well, now, since two of our... Would you like to play on...
what's...
Well, in roleplay... For example, if you choose...
Given that...
Huh? Oh, come on. Don't... Never knowing what...
All right, then I'll mark down Farina for...
What about you, dear partner?
Are you sure?
No.
Honestly,
No?
well,
Speaking of the story...
Well, that's because a long time... Soon, a group of human rebels banded together. With their swords raised, they swore to brave the darkness, and in doing so, subdue each and every monster that sought their destruction. They became known as the Marashose Hunters. Sometime later, as a member of the Marashose Hunters, you receive a commission. Following the address provided on the message, you take a boat and arrive at this strange city. As you inhale, you can taste the slightly salty air of the docks as you begin to survey your surroundings. There aren't many people in the vicinity, but you do take note of a few others who, like you, seem to be sizing up this place. Your eyes meet, and you realize these people are fellow Marachose hunters, likely led to this location after receiving the same commission as you.
You're all Marachose hunters too, right? Allow me to introduce myself. The name's Navia, monster hunter by trade and helpful neighborhood businesswoman on the side. What say you to traveling together? We can help each other out on the road.
Okay, count me in. My name is Linny. I've been wandering since I was little and picked up a few less than legal tricks along the way. I was adopted by a Marachose hunter and later chose to follow in his footsteps.
Is this where you introduce your character to everyone? It sounds like they've done this dozens of...
Hey, that's really cool. You can do it, Farina. That's exactly how it's done.
Paimon is Paimon, a good friend and companion.
I've been studying medicine ever since I was a child. I want to do my part to eradicate these monsters and use what I've learned to heal others.
Oh, welcome, welcome. When we face the monsters, I'll make sure to charge in front to give everyone some cover. You can take care.
You open your envelopes at the same time. The message reads, "To the Honorable and Trust the lands outside the cap."
Huh. The layout of this city looks super familiar. It kinda reminds Paimon of Mondstadt!
The scriptwriter must have used a real-world city as a reference when coming up with the map.
As experienced hunters, the layout... Yet, as you regard the city in
I carefully...
you see a long...
Oh, good idea.
You look up...
Why don't we go check out that...
As you approach the tavern, you find a plainly dressed woman standing nearby. She appears to be rather troubled about something.
Greetings, friend. Lovely weather we're having today, don't you think?
Oh, hello. I suppose you're right. The weather today is quite lovely. If only those monsters out there would stop causing trouble.
It seems like every character included in the script has a certain amount of useful information to...
Oh, come now. Don't be sad. Life is all about...
Huh?
I don't...
Nothing turns a frown upside down like good food.
You didn't even take cooking as one of your skill proficiencies.
That's not necessary, miss. Excuse me for saying this, but you don't really look like a chef. Besides, I'm not really a fan of sweets.
So you're someone who barely smiles and doesn't like sweets. You're really starting to remind me of this one friend of mine. Hey! Did she just...
Glorian must have broke character for...
This isn't getting us anywhere.
Are you sure? In that case, please refer to the Fatometer.
Whoa, it was a success!
You remain silent as you prepare a pot and fire to use for cooking. The woman stares at you with her mouth agape as you skillfully cut the ingredients and toss them into the pot. After some time, a rich aroma begins to fill the air. Even a...
Please have some food. Who knows, maybe you'll feel better after eating something delicious.
Whoa! That's amazing!
Wait. So as long as you pass the check, you can pretty much do anything? And it won't be seen as absurd?
Oh, thank you. You were right. This food really did make me feel better.
So, what had you so worried earlier? Could you tell us a bit more about it?
Okay, let me fill you in. A horde of monsters suddenly appeared near the capital recently, so all the guards were dispatched to fight them.
Do you remember when those monsters appeared?
I'm not completely sure. All I know is that my husband was dispatched to fight them 3 days ago.
Do you know where he was sent?
It all happened so fast. When we said our goodbyes, he couldn't even tell me where they were sending him.
You have our thanks, friend. We'll find and defeat those monsters as soon as possible.
Oh, thank you.
Don't worry. We don't always get to choose.
You bid farewell to the woman, and continue your journey further into the city. As you venture further into the city, the streets appear largely empty. An elderly woman walks past. You see her shake her head as she puts away her wrinkled wallet. A nearby merchant folds his arms and gives you a disdainful look. You get the impression that he's someone who has long gotten used to the sight before him.
Although he doesn't seem very...
Pardon me, sir. I'd like to ask a question if I may.
That depends. How much are you willing to pay?
How about this much?
What do you take me for? Some lowly beggar? You can't even buy half an onion with that amount.
Surely an
What do you know?
Whoa, what a nasty guy.
But he still might have Sir, if you happen to be well informed and know a thing or two about what's going on...
Well, things are basically as you said, young lady. Those monsters are... We have limited
Wait, you're...
Who knows?
That is
All right, I'll...
You know, it...
Should we try to go somewhere with more people?
Oh, how about the city square? Follow me.
Before you lies the city's central square. You see a man with a slightly anxious look on his face, pacing back and forth, his head hanging low. He doesn't seem to notice your approach. Still immersed in his own thoughts, he shakes his head and lets out a long sigh.
This guy seems promising enough. Hello, sir. Is there anything I can do to help you?
Wait. Oh, dear good.
You recognize us?
Yes, yes! Oh, I didn't
What happened here?
Alas, we once lived comfortable, carefree lives. However, monsters have one.
Are there...
It's not a Most people my age have never even seen one of the monsters, much less been trained to fight against them. When I was a child, though, to be perfectly...
Well, you can rest easy, friend. The righteous and formidable Marshosei hunters are on...
The man is touched by your determination and resolve. His eyes begin to
Still, if we are going...
all I know is that the area outside the city is dangerous. I'm afraid I can't point you toward a specific location. Oh, although, if you leave the capital through the main gate and follow the road, you should run into a group of guards. They might know more about where to find the monsters.
I see. We'll go look for them then.
All right. They're actively working. Even one of our kindest ministers.
Talk about being...
I feel bad for him.
Hey! I appreciate your kindness. Brave hunters, I leave the few...
If I understood correctly, there are currently 2 problems in the kingdom that need solving, right?
Exactly. We need to defeat the monsters outside the city and take down the evil sorcerer stirring up trouble from within.
But which problem should we tackle first?
Well, this seems like a good moment for a break. Take some time and discuss what you want to do. Let me know when you've made your decision.
I really didn't expect the people in the city to keep us at arm's length like that. I totally thought the hunters would be treated like heroes.
Well, Clarence said the script took cues from the real history of Fontaine, right? Maybe the real-life Marshosei hunters were also treated like that.
I wouldn't say it's a perfect representation of history, but there are definitely some similarities. Would you like to hear more about it?
Sure. As long as it doesn't spoil anything in the script. You've brought up bits and pieces of the hunter's history before, but it was all in passing.
Paimon wants to know too! The hunters were super powerful, right? Were they all from a special line of supernatural beings or something? Kind of like the yokai in Inazuma?
No. All Marashosei hunters were ordinary mortal fighters. The only thing that set them apart were the special sword techniques passed down over the centuries.
Huh? So you mean anyone could become a Marashosei hunter?
In theory, yes. All you would need to do is survive the rigorous training and master the swordsmanship techniques required to fight the monsters. Still, most people dropped out at the early stages, and others called it quits the minute they saw a monster in person. To become a hunter, you must be strong in both body and mind.
What kind of monsters did the hunters fight exactly? Oh, and the evil sorcerer the script mentions. Did they exist in real life too?
The land of Fontaine once played host to an ancient dynasty known as Remuria. After that dynasty fell, monsters began to appear, intent on obstructing humans from establishing a new social order. One of the ancient sorcerers of Remuria used his power to assemble a formidable army of golems. He sought to use that force to establish himself as king.
Now wait a second. Don't tell me that guy was the inspiration for the evil sorcerer in the script. We still haven't found any in-game information on him yet. So, why don't you talk about someone else for now?
Well, I wasn't planning on going into anything you might be able to find out in the game. But if you want me to talk about something else, then... How about Kazuha, the Golden Hunter? Or Egeria, the ex-Hydro Archon?
Wait, but those people are all from a super long time ago. Where did you learn all this, Clarand?
From my master.
Huh. By master, you mean Miss Petronia?
Is someone you know?
Absolutely. Miss Petronia and my father were good friends. Back in the day, she would often bring Clorand over to play, but then...
Let's not get off topic. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Responding to Egeria's call, a number of warriors followed Cassiodor into battle against the monsters. This group of warriors, under Cassiodor's leadership, became known as the Marechaussee Hunters. Yet, as Fontaine entered an era of peace, their work gradually became obsolete. The Marechaussee Phantom, originally an association made up of hunters, eventually came to be predominantly comprised of Melusines.
Ah, I see. That explains why most of the people in the script have forgotten the hunters or think of them as nothing more than a legend.
Is that really a bad thing, though? It can't...
Speaking of investigations, which
I vote monsters. That's the main duty of the hunters, right? We can come back.
Well said, Miss Farina. Plus, if the sorcerers really are the masterminds behind this whole thing, defeating the monsters could give us some clues on their intentions as well.
What about you, partner? What do you think? It's decided.
All right.
Let's take a look around, like that guy said.
You there! Outsiders, halt!
Who's there?
An armor... A determined expression in his eyes. Just one look, and you can tell he's fought in his fair share of battles. Although he's trying his best, I'm the captain of the guard. I saw you... State your purpose, or it's off to the dungeons for the lot of you.
Wow, it's been a while since someone...
I said talk, not whisper between yourselves. Marechaussee hunters? Ha! That fairy tale, you mean? What, you expect me to believe you're one of them? Using your knowledge of medicine, you're able to deduce that the injury on his calf was a monster's doing, and the wound has already begun to fester. As you
I'm a doctor by trade. Please, let me redress your wound. You don't have to suffer like this.
The man appears somewhat disgruntled. He allows you to apply a poultice of specialized medicine to the wound, and it appears to bring him much relief. The tension in his brow eases. All right. Guess you lot might actually be real Marechaussee hunters after all. In any case, you've successfully treated my wound. So, what do you want to know?
Do you know where we can find the monsters, or the other guards who are fighting them?
He informs you of the various locations where monsters have appeared. He looks in that general direction with a pained gaze, as if a thin, invisible thread is pulling on his wound. Some of our new recruits have never even dealt with a petty thief, and now they're out there fighting monsters. If it weren't for this cursed leg.
Oh, please, sir. Don't get too worked up. You need to focus on your recovery. Just leave the monsters to us. We're Marechaussee hunters, after all.
Hearing you say that, a glimmer of hope flashes in his eyes. But it disappears. Those monsters aren't easy to deal with. But if you insist, I just hope all the
Based on what the captain said, the monsters should be right up ahead. Let's go. Hopefully we're not too late.
As you approach the battlefield, you see numerous people lying by the side of the road. They appear to be dressed like guards. Their faces are filled with desperation and terror. Some are screaming and cursing in vain, as if still trying to banish the monstrosities they saw from their minds. A few of the wounded look up at you in shock and disbelief. Quick, leave this place. Turn around and don't look back, they yell.
This is the place he mentioned, right?
You see broken iron swords scattered all around you, and downed trees riddled with terrifying claw marks. All the signs point to one thing. A truly devastating battle just took place here.
Be on your guard, everyone. The monsters might still be around.
Before you can finish your sentence, you hear rustling sounds from the surrounding bushes. The monsters have emerged. They close in on you without fear. You get the impression that, in their bloodthirsty eyes, you're just another meal for them to devour.
A little help here! This thing wants to eat Paimon!
Your battle round begins now.
Lightning flash!
Step right up.
Coming at ya! Coming at ya! Ah!
The next battle round begins now.
Yoo-hoo!
Now disappear.
Here!
Hey there!
The monsters let out a terrifying roar of anger and resentment. Before...
Ugh, thank goodness it's over.
We're lucky the Marechaussee.
I never knew the photometer.
Just as you begin to celebrate your victory, a suspicious lump on the ground catches your attention.
A suspicious lump. Wait, could it be the thing that appears after every battle?
I walk up to it, crouch down, and begin to carefully examine it. I've still got my right glove on, so it should be fine for me to touch it, right?
As you investigate the mound, you discover that the exposed portion appears to be made of wood. It was previously obscured by the large form of the monsters. With the monsters gone, the small protrusion now awaits your discovery, poking out of the ground like a shy flower bud.
Whoa, it's a treasure chest!
With everyone's help, even without opening it, you can tell from the Mora and...
Makes sense. We worked hard for this. Let's open.
I can understand your excitement, Paimon, but think about it.
Yeah. Think about all the people suffering in the capital. Or all those guards.
Wait,
Well, let's put it this way. Any decision you make during a role-playing game...
But would the people really believe us? It's hard enough for us to
That's definitely something we should consider. Maybe we can come up with an explanation in advance.
Well, if donating it could...
Looks like you're facing a difficult... well,
Wow!
I'm not sure if it's because I'm having so much fun with you all, or because the story...
Here.
Yeah, that won't work for me either.
I understand how you feel, Navia, but we have to change
Huh?
Mm-hmm. There's a special note for the GM at the end of this section that says to proceed...
Whoa. They really...
Well, even if we end the game for the day...
Something tells...
That's just a coincidence, okay? And anyway, Paimon really...
Well...
It's nothing. I appreciate the My earliest memory... Master was my first ever toy.
Oh, wait, so she... Hey...
Of course I... See? That's what you get for not holding the sword prop.
Excuse me for asking this, Clorand, but...
Probably around...
3?
As I said.
I'm not so sure this is a question of experience.
I didn't see anything wrong with her ways at the time. And, anyway, children don't get to choose how they're raised. Oh, she did bring me back a pet from Liyue once. It was a Geovishap hatchling.
A Geovishap hatchling? For a pet? That seems even...
What she said was this. Make sure to get along, you 5.
Well...
No,
So, you're saying...
Yes.
Not really...
Later on, thanks to her, even though the training...
I still remember... After that, though...
I had a lot of fun.
We tried to pretend like...
Protector of justice. Oh, wait.
Yep, that would be...
20 years ago, huh?
Oh,
there's no... Although, calling her...
Huh? When did the Protector of Justice become...
Oh, she had a bunch of code names. Later on, she...
That sounds like her, all right. I bet she forgot...
Well, she's certainly...
It's true. I always wanted to become like her.
But...
She suddenly disappeared the night I turned 10 years old.
Disappeared? What happened?
I have no idea. That night, I was celebrating my birthday at Navia's house. When she still didn't appear after a few days, I went to Mr. Callus's house to ask about her.
Papa probably didn't know either. I know he sent a few people to investigate the matter in secret, but they...
Don't worry, I understand. Just like how, when a little...
Or...
I was at first, but not anymore.
Well, despite everything, you still managed to follow in her footsteps and become the greatest champion duelist in all of Fontaine. You're practically a living symbol of law and justice.
I suspect my position would be far too by the books for her. Master always did whatever she pleased. But you're right. I suppose I do take after her in some ways.
Who knew Clorand had such an interesting past? I never had the chance to ask her about it before. I wonder... if Clorand's master were the champion duelist back then, would that duel against Mr. Callus have gone differently? Oh no. Judging by the atmosphere, Clorand and Navia are probably thinking something similar. The mood just got super...
Well, anyway...
I had a great time today, Miss Clorand.
Anytime.
The script was good, but hey, you should tell us more about that fight against the Geovishap some...
You could be right.
What does she mean, on to something? I certainly guess I'll head back as well. I need to save my energy.
You're that excited to hear about...
I was
Let's go meet up with the group! Paimon's really look.
Looks like everyone's here. Now, before we begin, why don't we finish where we left off yesterday? There was an important decision to be made, yes? I'll pour everyone a cup of tea.
Is that really the most important part, though, Clorinde? Paimon's more concerned about our current surroundings. Heavy walls, cold railings, dim lights. This is obviously supposed to be a
I admire the work put into the set. Still, it's obvious the scriptwriter has never paid a visit to the fortress of Meripede.
So this set is going to be a part of the script?
Unfortunately, that is something I can neither confirm nor deny.
Anyone think Clorinde's smile is starting to look kinda scary?
Well, whatever happens, we'll just have to push on. But first, we should really figure out what to do with this treasure. If we're worried about arousing suspicion because of our identity, why don't we give ourselves a different name, just like Clorinde's master did?
Yeah, it might...
Staring at me when